Today I'm going to show you how to use the magical method with a circular needle, and the first thing we're going to do is make sure that this is actually tight, because mine for some reason keep coming undone, when if they do that whilst you're working the knitting, it's incredibly awkward, incredibly difficult. Now what we're going to be doing is recreating double pointed needles. So at the moment we've got a great big loop here and we have two needles here, and what we're going to be doing is using this expanse of loop to actually create our third needle. As you can see, you can't actually use the two needles to knit onto each other, so what I do is I poke through the needle through on the working side, and then that gives me all of these lovely stitches that I can then work with on my left hand needle. My right hand needle only has a few stitches on it, and then the body of the circular needle, the flexible part, now has a row of stitches or a section of stitches on it. So this gives us our three needles, 1, 2 and 3, and then you can just work as you would normally, and as we come to the end of the stitches on the left needle, everything will work through smoothly. Now that we're reaching the end of the stitches on the left needle, we're finding it slightly more difficult to work with this massive stitches on the right. So again, you just pull it out, and a few stitches away from the end, fold that back through, pull the circular cable through, and then we can continue working those last few stitches on the left before we then move everything across and keep going. And it's this stopping and transferring of stitches around the body of the cable that allows us to use the circular needle as if it were independent double pointed needles. So again, we slide that round, just as many as you decide you want to work with, feed that through between a couple of stitches, and then you are good to go yet again. And you just adjust the cable through the stitches so that you can keep working with whatever the next stitch happens to be. As long as you're maintaining consistency with your tension, then you'll find that this will give you far less of the runs or ladders down the side of your socks, because you're not always constantly having one particular space where the tensioning goes awry in between your double pointed needles. Hopefully this has helped.